Sorry you had to hear me sniffing then, lads. I do apologise. What's happening? I thought my mic would be off because it normally is when I start these streams, but it wasn't for some reason. But yeah, what's going on, lads? Feels a bit alien to me streaming on my own for some reason. Um, yeah, I haven't really done this for a few weeks. Been busy, the usual shebang, the usual excuses. But no, I've been busy to be fair. So, lads, what's happening? What's going on? Just finished watching Laird stream. I think he's still live, but I didn't want to be late to my own stream, so yeah, sorry if there is overlap. But yeah, Alex Coombs, what's happening? Drake? Trying so hard not to FOMO. Same, mate, same. Well, I've done a bit of FOMO in, but not enough to where it's gonna, hurt me. But yeah, who knows what happens after the stream. Drake, what's happening, mate? Don't have the funds for this right now, but payday is tomorrow, so I might treat myself. Love that. Just some Charlotte boys. They're looking good, mate. They're looking good. The Charlotte lads are sure, it seems. Tom, my man, what's happening? What we got? Ooh, lads are all showing off. Wow, Jonathan 15 months, by the way. Mental. Tom 13, Ian 10 months, Alex 14, and Tango Berry the same. Insane. Motordays on 15 as well. That's insane. Some serious OG energy right now in the chat, lads. I'm here for it. I'm so here for it. Simo, what's happening, mate? And Dobbsy. What's going on, lads? Apple 22. Yeah, I thought I'd jump on. I don't really stream on a Wednesday normally, but I had a bit of free time after I've been doing a few shorts and stuff for Sorare over the last couple of weeks. So yeah, a lot of my sort of, yeah, not free time, but whatever. I've been spending a lot of time making fucking shorts and stuff. So for Sorare. So yeah, I've been busy doing that. I did an MLS one. Well, I just finished it then. So hopefully that comes out next few days. But I enjoyed making that one. Not that it really matters, but yeah, that's kind of my excuse why I haven't really been streaming as like frequently on my channel specifically. But yeah, with the hot topic of MLS right now, I thought, we'd take an hour or so to kind of, yeah, see what realistically I can come up with as far as strategy goes for making a couple of teams in Rare specifically. I am planning on, I will definitely do a road, like I'm going to do an MLS Road to Glory basically. Don't know whether it's going to be, I wanted to do it in limited, but I don't know, we'll see. But I'm definitely I'm going to start an MLS Road to Glory series, so anyone watching thinking they're going to steal that idea, I've got copyright on it. Only messing. But yeah, that's going to be a thing. But yeah, today's more about like what I've got going on at Rare. I've made a little crappy spreadsheet that, yeah, hopefully we can work through and kind of just, hypothetically go through what do I need to add to these teams to make them, one, obviously semi-competitive, and two, what does that look like from a cost perspective, looking at what the auctions have gone for, because, yeah, things have gone a bit crazy so far, haven't they, with prices and stuff. So, but yeah, these are the cards I've already bought, thanks to buying a couple of the, the in-season European versions days/months ago. Got them, I mean, it looks now at unbelievable prices, really, for like the Denki and maybe the Zaha. The Costa's going to Portland, thankfully, so that's worked out. And then obviously Pasalic moved. A couple of these were bought with market credits as well, so I didn't even pay 26 or 36. It was, sorry, yeah, I did pay 36 for that one, but like this one was market credits. I think I paid 13, and same for the Pasalic. I can't remember what I did. Yeah, the Zanko was just a 10 or whatever, but and then I crafted the Super Rare. But yeah, I did FOMO into a Noah Eli, or Eli, however you pronounce it, 1 of 100 yesterday. The 2 of 100 went for 18 quid, so there wasn't much difference in price. Yeah, he's just a defender I like. I just didn't want to spend too much money yesterday, and he was my entry in. And then, what happened then? Nothing happened. I must have got a bit of... I got 1 essence, and I needed 2 to craft another card. So I bought this guy, who was just a random guy. I couldn't even tell you who he is. I paid... What did I pay for him? 5 quid? 5 quid, and I ended up getting a Brendan Heinz Ike for free. So I'm going to try and sell that. And then I bought another card. Why did I buy this card? Oh, because I needed 1 more essence. So I got 1 more essence, and unfortunately I didn't get a MLS card. I got Stelios Andreu, who plays for Charleroi. So yeah, this is what we're working with as far as MLS rares go. I want to be able to put out 3 teams, I think. And it's all about, what can I fit into these teams from a realistic, budget perspective. There isn't like I want to spend X on these cards. It's more like, okay, after I've calculated all 3 teams, how big does that number look like? Of course, I don't need to take into account, well, I guess I do, the money that we've already spent. I guess we could do that for sure. And yeah, we're just going to see what the teams cost, and we'll do a bit of scouting on the auctions and stuff and take it from there. I do realise, though, somebody's just sent me an offer for the Lord. Wow, 300 quid for the Lord in season. Don't think that's going to run, unfortunately, mate. Don't think that's going to run. Who has this lad got? Wow, he is... Wow, spunking on super rares. Wow, okay, so he took Tom C to the cleaners here. Upamecano, Elise, Kimmich, Unai Simon for 3k. Interesting. He's bought his organ, so he's bought an Akon. That's a cheap price for Akon. Osherman, wow, yeah, he's definitely gone pretty hard here, hasn't he? Into in-season super rare, challenger, and champ. But unfortunately, mate, I won't be able to accept that offer, so that will be a hard reject. And yeah, I'll catch up with the chat now. Sorry, lads. Got distracted. What's going on? Peck is listed, by the way. Ooh. Harrison said, due to sorry, what's your guidance around 100 quid? Harrison, you share the same name as me, mate. So, yeah, that's a first. That's a good thing. Well, he's just come back with another offer. This guy's Roy Keane, lads. Not happening. Yeah, as far as 100 quid goes, it's a very much of a blanket. Like, it's a very open-ended question, that, Harrison. Like, it depends where, like, what leagues we're talking. Like, are you talking Premier League? Like, I'd start off with, like, what cards do you know? What teams do you know already? Do you know the Dutch League? Do you know the Belgium League? Do you know the Premier League? Okay, if it is the Premier League, okay, you go, scour the market and go, what can 100 quid get me in the Premier League? Am I going to be competitive with the scores I see on the screen of that player? Are they scoring above 70s? Can they score 100, for example? And kind of work your way through that. But I think the starting point has to be like, what do you know already? I just want myself a Fingold and Toklamati cards, as it's probably it for me for in season. I don't know who they are, to be fair. Are they Israeli lads like playing in the MLS? So I'll make sure when he sells I get some money sent across. Daniel, what's happening, mate? Kaz? Philly D, lol at Planet with these prices. Well, yeah, that's why I've done a bit of preparation already with the prices. I've got these, the half in season cards for. Shaforical, what's happening, mate? Jovic, good to be this year. I don't think he'd be as good as last year. Like, Sporting Kansas City are nowhere near as good. He'll score a couple of goals, but I don't think he'll be anything that you want to get your hands on personally. Dominic, what's happening, mate? The cost of a 15 quid. It does seem pretty good now. I think somebody paid 56 earlier, so yeah, it does look good. It does look good from that perspective. Don't touch the Lord. Simo knows what's up. Like, I'm talking classic or in season. Okay. Yeah, the issue, you are completely right, Harrison, in what you're saying there. Pep Teta, what's happening, mate? The issue is with it's not an issue with what you're saying, but just to kind of clarify the classic to in-season thing, it is much harder to win in classic than it is in season. Like, there's less people playing in season than there is classic, because there's just less classic, there's more classic cards to go around. So if you are going to go into classic, it might be a bit cheaper, but it's a lot harder to win. Whereas in season, it's a bit easier to win, and it's cash that you are winning. So I would choose in season all day long, but the cards might be a bit more expensive, but for good reason. The boy Talby playing well. Yeah, they're 1-0 up, aren't they? I saw my pass list today. Let me upgrade my Muhim to in-season. Love that. And it was a dead card. Yeah, if it weren't getting used in, 100% ship it off, mate. No questions asked there. Lads, if we can leave a like on the stream, that would be greatly appreciated. But we're just going to dive into the auctions for now and just kind of scout through a couple of cards that I might be interested in. And we'll kind of go back and see what prices have been like. I know we did that yesterday on SD, but maybe today, because we've had like the 2 of 100 come out in rare. There's not too much on this top screen. I see Dante Sealy. He was really highly rated a few years ago for FC Dallas, and he's just recently moved to Montreal. I think he's playing in the lower divisions, but he's a good little player. I know he looks cheap there. I'm not saying he's going to start or anything, but excuse me, he was highly rated a few years ago. Not too sure what's really happened since then. Thomas Hassel, wow. Throwback. Dane Sinclair, obviously starting keeper, 200 quid. It seems like 200 quid's like the benchmark, isn't it, for MLS in-season keepers? So, if I want to play 3 teams, all in season, I'm looking at minimum 200 quid right now for each goalkeeper. Upwards to upwards to a bit more than that. A lot of the time, like Kalina's way over that, isn't he? A couple of them are, I think. So yeah, there's 600 quid off the bat without even blinking, isn't it, for 3 goalkeepers? Now, of course, I don't need to play for the threshold thing. I could go 4-1, and I do have some good classic MLS cards. Like I have your Buangas, your Luchos, Forsbergs. I did have Cucho, but he's obviously left. Who else do I have? Oriano, Luna. Who else do we have? Like I have enough classic keepers to cover 3 teams. I think I have 6 MLS keepers right now. I have Fry, Coronel, Brady. I have more than 3 for sure. But then it's the whole, are you wasting your classic spot on the keeper? Potentially. But I think what a lot of people need to weigh up is like, say if you do go 4-1. So for example, this it's hard to explain with the prices. But let's say you got 4 in-season cards as the outfielders and you do use a classic keeper. And that classic keeper is, for example, Coronel. I think you can buy Coronel. Coronel costs, for the classic, of course, in rare, roughly, let's just call it 30 quid, okay? For the in-season, you're looking at, wow, the instant buys out. That's a bit mad. You're looking at about 200 quid. So he's basically 10x almost, right? From 30 quid to 200 quid. Can you make up £180 worth in the threshold over the course of the season? That's kind of, I spoke about that before even the cards came out. It's like the difference between the 4-1 and then the 5, obviously 5 in season is, can you make up the difference between an in-season keeper and a classic keeper? Now, you can do this with any position card. I'm just doing it with the keeper because it's easier. You could do it with in-season Messi and classic Messi, whatever way you want to do it. But, can you make up that 180 quid over the course of the season? That's 180 $10 threshold, and you can only win it every other week technically. Because you can win it week 1. You can't win it week 2 unless you win the second one, which is $20, of course. But let's say you don't, and then week 3 you win the $10 again, and you keep just doing that. Because the higher tiers aren't going to be easy to win. Let's just have it right. So I don't know. I think it's definitely, and I'm not saying there's other perks because the in season will have more XP. So an in season Coronel is better than like a level 10 old classic Coronel because you'll have more XP, collection bonus, for example. And that can obviously help you win in the leaderboard as well. I'm not disputing that, but you kind of get my point there, maybe. A little bit. Keeper's a good place to start for the stream. I think we can go through keepers for sure. So I'm just catching up on the chat. Yeah, Israelis. Fingal joined New England Revolution. And Toklamati. I don't know how to pronounce it. He's in Charlotte. Tokla won't be usable, I think. Fingal can be really good. Wow, okay. Love the intel. Kubis, what's happening, mate? Guzan was decent price. We'll have a look at that in a minute. Been trying to stop myself from buying that 200 quid instant buy Guzan many times. Oh, he's 200 quid on the dot, is he, Guzan, right now? At instant buy, is he? Let's have a look. I didn't realise they'd done... Wow, yeah, they have. Interesting. 200 quid, man. I paid 10 quid for the classic like a month ago. It's mad, isn't it? But that's the thing. There is no... 12 quid. There just is no correlation really. I mean, he's gone up a bit, but yeah, man, it's mad, isn't it? It is mad. Is it worth me trying to go in season? On what? Harrison, in season on PLS? What's that? Is that Premier League? Oh, in the MLS. I mean, only if you know the MLS, Harrison. I wouldn't be spending money on things you don't know as far as league goes. Hopping off, we'll catch a stream tomorrow. No worries, it's all out. People need to judge where the classic card benefits the lineup most / save the most. Daniel said I'm speaking. I'm winning D1 every week. I mean, you very well might be. You very well might be. I think that's one of the sort of the things I'm wrestling with. And then it comes down to, if I want at least, you have 3 teams. I think at least one of them should be going for a threshold every week, which would mean you do need an in-season keeper, okay? But the other two, I think you could probably afford. You could probably afford one of them to have another in-season keeper. But I think it does, like, unless you're gonna buy like the really good in-season cards, if you have classic Buangas, for example, like I do, like it does kind of make sense to go, well, I'll just play my Buanga Classic here. But again, I'm still needing to buy the in-season keeper at that point. And that's no cheaper than playing the Classic keeper and then buying the in-season Buanga. Because Buanga's probably, what is his price? I haven't really looked. It's probably about, it's got to be 200, hasn't it? Like, I think it all comes back to, like, you probably do need 3 in-season keepers because it just gives you a lot of flexibility with that extra position then. Like, that could be a classic smasher, could be a classic Messi, Lucho, whoever, which then means we're still back to spending 600 quid on goalkeepers right now. That's the big issue. I think some of the keepers have gone a little bit less. Gone for a little bit less. Let me have a look at. Let's see what's actually out there right now. It's not all of these are stars, obviously, but yeah, Dane Sinclair's a star, as is John McCarthy. Kripau probably, is a starter. Martin Peiss would be a starter as well. Matt Freeze is. Like, I was shocked at Matt Freeze's first price. I thought it went. Is this the 2 of? Yeah. I was kind of shocked at how. Not saying that's cheap, 176, but it definitely went a bit cheaper than I thought. And I know there's a few rumours that he might leave to Europe, but I thought it was a tiny bit cheap. Takioka is obviously going to be a starter. And obviously, and Andre Blake will be as well. So there's not that many. What's the instant buys looking like for the keepers? Okay, so you can... Wow, Kalina nearly 400 quid. Stuver 300. Celentano 300. Morris, Galise, Berkey, Calendar, Willis, Daniel, Serwa, Brady, Coronel, Big Brad Guzan. And then, there's a bit of a dip-off then, isn't it? With, like, Sean Johnson, Paul Scamp. Like, they're the cheapest starters I'm seeing here. The rest of these aren't starters. So, there's definitely, a drop-off for the Kansas City and Sean Johnson hype or lack of it, which I kind of get. I mean, the Guzan one's probably fairly pricey. 40 though, man. It's mad, isn't it? It is mad, but 160s, okay. So if you could get him on auction maybe for that, that's probably the best bet. Unless you've got decent amounts of market credits, that could maybe work for you. Have they got all the... Yeah, I guess they've got every position up on instant buy already, have they? Yeah, Jesus, fair play. Sorare working quick here. Yamane, George Campbell, 80 quid. Zanka. Paddy McNair's first mint went for like 90 quid, didn't it? 100 on the dot. That's mad. Yeah, I don't know why people are really hyping him up too much. I'm not saying he's not a good player, but... I don't know, just a weird one. Waterman, Melanda. Alex Hack. Noah Allies. Instant buys 30 quid. Matt Miazga, is he back from injury? I think he is. Problem is, defenders, man, are just so hard to predict. Like, outside of Alba and Wagner, like, it's so random. Maybe Yeimar and Reagan, like, I could probably put them in that category almost as well, but so hard to foresee who's gonna like do well on a given weekend. Like, there's just not much going for the defender category on the game, or for the league. Sorry, Jalen Neal, 20 quid. Yeah, some of these are quite reasonable now, aren't they? The instant buys. I think I bid it on a Dylan Ellis, or was it a Sean Ellis yesterday? Yeah, 10 quid. Not terrible. Tom Pierce. Tafari. It's just not a great pool, is it? At all. Sorry, just catching up on the chat. Yeah, you won't be able to play. Yeah, of course you wouldn't be able to play for the bonus, Lucas, 100%. But what I'm saying is the bonus even worth playing for is what you've got to weigh up. Matt Freeze and Pice were 2 of the bottom 5 one-off auctions value amongst the starting keepers. Luckily, I got the Pice. Love that. And first Indonesian mint. Oh yeah, he's changed, hasn't he? His nationality, of course. No, you can't play MLS hot streaks with classics. The lads are telling Jack there. Yeah, no Rusnak or João Paulo for some reason. We don't know why. McNair will be my Borough MLS contingent at some point. Love that. Yeah, he is ex-Borough, isn't he? The disrespect on Houston defenders. I mean, they're okay, but who is it? Like Mikel and what's his name? The right back is one of the worst aesthetically barred watches I've ever seen. What's his name? Dorsey. Oh my god. He's like Bambi on ice, bless him. Yeah, no, some of them can score well though. I won't disagree there. What we got down here, then we're into like the 9 quids now, which I'm sure Brody scored pretty well at some points. I don't know what his deal is this year necessarily. Yeah, it'd be quite hard to find some down here that do well. Let's have a look at midfielders, what the instant buys are looking like. I'm guessing Evander's up there at the top. Evander at the top. Wow, 500 quid already. I swear they were going for more earlier. Oh no, just matched the one off. Lucho, Evander. Wow, Lucho's second highest mid. It's interesting because like I don't think he'll be. I mean, it's tough to say, isn't it? He's moving to Dallas. On paper, Dallas aren't that good, are they? But yeah, him, Musa. Like there's something cooking there. But brand new team, brand new surroundings. Like it doesn't just click straight away. Same for Evander. Like you can't just say they're just going to go in and absolutely tear it up. They could, but there's just uncertainties that we've not seen yet. Hani Mukhtar. Wow, that is a lot for Hani Mukhtar, by the way. Who's not really that amazing of a scorer. Like, he's good. If he had a forward card, he'd be really good. Like, these scores are, like, those are good. I'm not going to dispute it. But, like, I don't know. For him to be third most expensive on instant buy is a bit nuts. McGlynn that high up is wild, I think. Yeah, I feel like that is kind of wild. Like, I get Ricky Puig's not going to be up there because he's injured. Forsberg seems relatively reasonable. Shambo at 80, depends what role he gets, but could be good. Pasalic could be quite fun. Lowen, Clark seems fine at that sort of price. Luna for 69, I can get behind that maybe. Gutierrez is a decent player. Delgado's half decent. Bassett's a good player. Yeah, there's definitely like room for some of these like mid-range midfielders to be really useful, I think. Yeah, they might be pushing it there, but like from like here onwards up to like here, like those 4 or 5 rows, I would say there's definitely decent pieces in there that all score as well as the other lads, maybe not as frequently, but there's definitely a few good pieces in there. What are the forwards looking like? What's the landscape up there? So you've got Messi and Peck, I assume. No, they don't have a Messi instant buy. Interesting. So it's Almiron, it's Denki, who we have. Rossi, interesting. Latelath's pretty expensive, which I get. Payne Silby's out injured for a bit. Lozano, Arango, Moreno, Dreyer, could be fun. Musa, to go with Lucho, Ozuni, Toichert, Sturridge. I'm not getting behind that. Bamba, Bernadeschi, Campana could be okay. Langioni, that could be a nice little double forward behind Carlos Gil. Jovalic, Joseph Martinez. Yeah, his second in must have went a bit cheaper. Yeah, I was going to say nearly half the price. That makes sense. Zink, Arvston, Abobasi, Cypers. Brandon Vasquez will score goals. Like, just coming back from the Liga MX, like, he scored goals back in the day in the MLS. Like, he was good. He was pretty good. But he's not really an AA kind of guy as a number 9, you know. That's the issue with those just, like, lone wolf goal scorer type of cards. Navarro looks pretty handy for 50 quid. Like, he's a weird one. Like, he does actually have a little bit of AA now and again. Like, I bought his card last year around this time, and there's definitely AA in his game. Like, he wins duels, he wins tackles. Like, he is actually really hard working and stuff. Yeah, him and Geordie could be pretty nice. Schaffelberg, Kevin Kelsey is going to be Portland's number 9. I wonder how that works out. Hannes Wolf's a forward now, isn't he? Which is pretty fun. Pedrinho, I saw he kind of made an assist today for... I don't know what Pedrinho that is. It's not the one that used to play for Shakhtar. Veroni seems relatively cheap. Not that he was, like, amazing ever yet. I mean, he was fine at one point. Like, he scored a couple of goals. Doesn't seem terrible. Bongo as well. Bongo was dangerous last year in glimpses. Who else we got on this list? Jong-Sam Bing's a good little player. I just don't know. He's more of an impact player off the bench. I like Rothrock, but it seems like there's a lot of competition now in that Seattle like front four. Marshall Rutty's a good player. Just I think he's going to struggle for DAs. I think AA wise as a forward he might be okay. This kid's a really, really talented kid for Columbus. I don't know how much game time he'll get, but he's like highly rated amongst the sort of American like youth system, big time. Anything down here? Xander Silva's not up to much. Jada O'Brien's pretty sharp, but he's not great. Malachi Jones, good young player for New York. He's from Tennessee. He is. Chris Muller. Yeah, as far as these instant buy prices go, like there's a couple decently placed ones. I want to look at the like what auctions I could maybe have a little look at before they expire. I'm just gonna leave a little. Well, not maybe I might not bid, but I'll definitely just leave a little a notification. So Ryan Gold, he wasn't on instant buy, was he? See, so his two ofs going for more than the one of. Interesting. We didn't see Luis Suarez on there either, did we? On the instant buys. Let me catch up with the chat. Sorry, lads. Kalane, what's happening, mate? Fancy Evander and Oriano. Yeah, I think Evander, Oriano and Denki could be the best front three in the MLS. On paper, it is right now. I just don't know how it's going to work in theory. But like, you know, number 9, 2 10s behind them. 110 can really run and stretch the game. Evander's obviously wants the ball to the feet and stuff and can kind of dictate play that wise. Like as a balance, as a 3, it seems ridiculous for the MLS. So I'm excited about that. Like I think that'll look really good. Clean, I will be in lingering as I have no idea interest. That's okay, Clean. That's all good, mate. Hani and Tangzeth could be really good this year. Yeah, I'm sure they will be, but Hani's mid card just scares me. Give me Hartel over Mukhtar. Oh yeah, all day long. I see Ian's giving a bit of help to Harrison. I appreciate that, Ian, a lot. Moreno should be on all sets, I think. Yeah, well, you say that, Bobby. DaCosta will want a bit of a say in those. I think he's coming in as the designated DP, isn't he? Like number 10. I think he'll have a bit of a say. Pickleball said I just picked up Kalina, Yema, Lucio Gold, and Messi in SD Concept Builder. They only hit 380 points in limited 3 times last season. That's a lot of money to make $9. Yeah, I know. I mean, I will say, like, don't go off last year's scores too much. Like, I swear on my life, MLS, I'm not, like, lecturing you specifically. I'm just saying in general, like, the MLS, like, the scores and even, like, how the teams play year to year are just so different. Like, there's no, like, Galaxy this year will be terrible compared to last year in the nicest way possible. Like, that's not me saying you shouldn't buy Galaxy cards, but, like, compared to how good they were last year, they won't be anywhere near as good as this year, just because of injuries and stuff and the amount of players they've lost. They've lost 6 stars. Simple as, like, and they've not replaced them. Like, those sort of things matter. And that obviously matters in every league in the world. If you lose players, like, you know, that's the thing. But, yeah, the MLS is just weird. Like, one year Chicago will be the worst team in the league. The next year they're fighting for the top 3 in you know, the conference or whatever. Like, it's strange, man. It's strange. It really, really is. How would you predict MLS prices straight from Sorare now in a few days? Hard to say, Sammy. Like, there hasn't really been a drop-off, has there, really, in the 2-ofs? If anything, a lot of them have gone for more. So, I can't say I'm going to foresee a drop or a dip at any time soon, I don't think. Like, I'd be surprised if maybe after the 10-ofs, like 10 of 100, sorry, then we might see a couple of dips. But right now, I'm not really seeing it, if I'm being honest. Kamungo is cheap. Yeah, Kamungo is cheap. I like him. He's sharp for Dallas. Mohammed said, I think Baribo is a good shout. Not available on instant buy. I just rate him. Yeah, can score goals. He had a really good run last year, didn't he? as always, picking 5 players and just running them always is going to be an issue for sure. Yeah, you're never going to be able to. Yeah, that's a great point, Daniel. Like, it's just not realistic, is it, to play the same 5 all the way across the season? And even with like the little spreadsheet I've got, there's obviously going to be subs involved and stuff. Like, this is, you can't just have 15 players and expect all 15 to play every week. It's never going to happen. But yeah, there's not too many auctions right now. They've all kind of. Oh, there's the Messi. Okay, so there's a Messi going just under 1,000 right now. Alex Hamad's in on it again. Again, like, not really too dissimilar to what he went for yesterday. Just under 100 quid difference. But yeah, there's just not that many good cards on auction. Could you snag a little a sneaky Santi? Because it looks like he might be going again. It looked like it was off, and now it might be more back on than it was previously. I might be interested in this Matt Freeze, though. I'm going to keep an eye on that. Adjaman as well. How much has Adjaman been going for? I think him and Zaha could look. Oh, Doty's on it. One of the members. 54, yeah. He could do well with Zaha. Like, I kind of do, I do like my stacks. Like, I do really want to maybe get a Luca Orellano in here. Orellano, however you spell it, sorry. Like, that would be kind of the goal, but I'm going to put him in red because we don't have him, obviously. But that's going to set me back a couple of 100 quid, isn't it, minimum? Let's just say, for argument's sake, I go for Coronel, who, pairs nicely with Noah Eli. If he doesn't start, then obviously I just get another Red Bull defender. And let's just call it Forsberg for now. Like, what does Team 1 there cost? So Coronel, 200 quid. Forsberg, what's he been going for? Let me just finish if there's any other auctions I'd like to get on, but I don't think there is there? There's not much going on here. Tangzeth, Yaboa, maybe. I don't mind Ivan Angulo. Maybe put that in there. Reynolds, Longstaff, Mitrovic. Nah, there's not really much going on, is there? Oh, there is an Oriano. Wow, okay. I will keep an eye on that then. I'll port in on it, one of the members. I can't nick that off him, can I? Wow. Yeah, Tom looks like he's got a good deal here because it's basically the same price already. Yeah, I don't know. I just can't foresee us having much of a dip. But let's just call that Oriano. Just call it 230 for now. It might be more. Why didn't that go to pounds? And then Forsberg. What did Forsberg go for? Like 150 or something, roughly. Yeah, you can buy him now for 150. Let's just put 150 in. Like, 637 quid for that team. That's only 5 players. Oh, that didn't work either, did it? That's so annoying. Oh yeah, I bid on a super rare Forsberg just to keep an eye on it. Yeah, 640 quid there for that first team. Obviously, I've already paid for the Eli and Denki. Basically, £600 I'd have to outlay from now for Coronel, Forsberg, and Oriano. But that would be a full in-season team at that point. So, that team could play for the threshold. By the way, if you're still watching, Germ, I have read your message on your DM. I haven't replied yet because I've been busy today. But yeah, I appreciate the what you said and stuff. Like, you're a top man. I'll definitely I'll definitely hit you up about that for sure. If you're still watching. If you're not, then I'm just talking to no one. Thoughts about New England? Looking good to me, new signings. Yeah, they look a bit better for sure. Gill and Campana, Langioni. They've got a bit more going on. Honestly, in a weird way, there's not that many weak teams in the MLS this year. Outside of, like, maybe Philly, but I don't think they'll be that bad. Like, there isn't that many that I'm like, oh my God, they are woeful. Genuinely. Like, everyone's okay. It feels like, anyway, on paper. Tom says, isn't Oriano auction ended in 9 minutes? There's no way you're selling your one of 100 already, is there, Tom? What's your Orlando forward getting at the end of Marcus Ep? So they've got Ojeda, but they'll also play. They'll also play Big Dunk. But Duncan Maguire, who's a big number 9, but you can't really. You can't, like, I wouldn't buy him necessarily, but they do have Martin Ojeda who plays as like more of a 10. But he's a forward card, so you could obviously use him with, I think Nashi bought one 30 minutes ago. He could be something quite interesting, I think, like with the Pasalic here. I wouldn't mind maybe adding that in there. So Ojeda, this is just all hypothetical, of course. Let's just call it 80 quid. Like, that team is cheap as chips on paper. Let's just say I get a McCarthy, because that's the defender that would go with... the goalkeeper that would go with Zanka. I don't think I would do that necessarily, though, because I just don't think Galaxy are going to be unbelievable. But all the goalkeepers are the bloody same in the MLS. Like, they're all just the same. I didn't mean to do that. I need to go back to that. So that would be £280 outlay on that. And then this team is basically as fresh as it kind of can be. So I've got a Portland mid in there. Do I want to go with Kelsey? Like, it's not elite by any means. I think he's a good player, though. Or you go Moreno. That could maybe work. Santi Moreno for Portland. I do rate him. He's a good little player. And like someone said in the chat, he could be on some set piece. Well, yeah, he will be in and around set pieces. What has the... So you can buy him for 170 right now. Yeah, let's just call it 150. Let's just call it 150 for now. And then, got to decide on a defensive stack. And then an extra player there to go in with that one. Tango said, I'm watching the Orlando, I don't want to take it from shoot. Yeah, neither do I. Thoughts on Lozano, just talent-wise? He should be good in the MLS, but I hate buying into complete unknowns, which San Diego will be. Yeah, they are a complete unknown, aren't they? I saw he got a little assist for Paddy McNair in pre-season. He took a short corner, he got it back, and then he whipped a nice ball in and he scored a header. I'd be shocked if he's not that good. Like, I'd like to think he's going to be good, personally. Like, I think Lozano will be good. It's just, how good will San Diego be? I really don't think they'll be the worst team. I think they've got, on paper, they've got a good team. Now, I know teams take a while to click and football isn't played on paper, but I wouldn't be surprised if San Diego are, actually quite good. I'm not against that at all. Is MLS Classic still worth playing? I have a Seattle collection. If you already have it, Jack, I'd keep it. There's no harm in not selling it. Keep it, because you just never know on a given week. They could do well and you can get an MLS in-season card from it, but I wouldn't be looking to strengthen your classic cards. I think realistically, you've kind of got to play in season in the nicest way possible, if you have got a budget. Anyone have a comprehensive list of expected MLS set piece takers? Kind of want to just buy most of them. LA Galaxy have a bottom 5 roster on paper. Jeremy, I'm not against that shout either. Genuinely, with what they've lost, I can't disagree with you. That's kind of why I don't want to do this defensive stack, But whoever's in here is 200 quid minimum, really, isn't it? So, and let's just say, for argument's sake, I go Atlanta. Let's just go Guzan. Again, it's 200, isn't it? And let's just put Amador in there with him, just for argument's sake. Amador. This team might be a bit punchy. Amador, and let's just call it Almiron. How much is the Newcastle Almiron? Because I wouldn't necessarily care if it's a forward or not if I had Moreno. Let's have a look. Only about 100 quid. Okay. If I was to get the mid, of course. So, what are we looking at there then, lads? Oh, we didn't even put Amador's price in. Amador's 100 quid, isn't he? I'm pretty sure. And he's injured right now as well, but... Excuse me. Wow, Tangleberry got one. Yeah, 130 quid. Let's just call it 150 for now. Okay, so you're looking at £600 for this team. 280. So 880 plus 1,080. Just call it 1,000 and 1.3, 1.4. You're basically looking at 1,500 quid. Sorry, not 2,500 quid. 1,500 quid. Fucking hell. That's if I could get those cards for that price. You could get some for less maybe, but that would be the total spend on 3 teams. Now, that's going off them all being in season, by the way. Which I said, didn't I? I'm not like necessarily against not doing that. Like, for example, I could take off that amount straight away because I have an Oriano Classic. If I was to play this team in Classic, okay? Let's say I keep this team like as a 5, as in all in season. So like we keep everything there. I don't get to make any discounts on that one. And then for this one, I can't. Well, I could just use a classic Guzan and save 200 quid technically, couldn't I? At that point, if I didn't want to have 2 teams going out for the threshold, they would just be 1. But that doesn't really make things any better for me. Like, the only way this gets better is if, for example, I get rid of, let's say if I get rid of Moreno, and then I just use my Buanga, who's for free. No, that's not free. Because obviously I own him. So, I'd have 2 4 and 1 class MLS teams. And then I'd have 1 Threshy team. Obviously 5 in season at that point. Then the spend then would come down from 230 and what was that? 230, just call it 400. You're basically looking at 1,100 at that point. For Coronel in season, Forsberg in season, McCarthy in season, Ojeda in season, Guzan in season, Amador in season, and Almiron like Newcastle version. That's kind of where that would be the spend on 3 teams there, and that's without getting anyone like that elite. Really, it's the goalkeepers really is the sticking point, isn't it? Honestly, think Stuver will be. Austin all improved defensively. Yeah, I kind of agree with you there, Padders. I'm not against that at all. Ian said, is there any worth picking up another couple of the European lads in season? Jenny, Fafana, just for the start to bulk out? Potentially, mate, yeah. Keepers make over half. You're right, mate, yeah, just over half. So unless keepers come down in price, which I'm sure they will, but to what degree, I don't know. Like, do they come down to 150? Okay, well, I'm saving 150 quid then, aren't I? I'm paying 450, not 600 at that point. And this is without any subs, by the way. Like Ian just pointed out, like there's a couple of cards that you could go and get of some in-seasoners that play in, they have MLS cards. Like you've got this guy here, he's 16 quid. That might be worth it. Ideally, Mario Rui goes to Dallas, and that would really help me. But yeah, who's the other ones? Ian said Ergo Hyde. How have you pronounced that? This lad, Oh, he's the English lad. Yeah. He's gone to Dallas, hasn't he? 20 quid. It's not terrible, but like for the same price as him, I can get a Noah Eli for 20 quid. Now I'm not saying he's like completely nailed, but like he can't. Yeah, he sort of lost his spot last year a little bit. But start of this, like for a lot of the season last year, he was good. Like ball playing centre half, like there were some decent scores in there. But yeah, kind of lost his spot around this period here once like the playoffs kicked in and they changed formation, and yeah, he kind of lost his way a little bit. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, there's definitely room for that. trying to go for a limited in-season Cincinnati side, but these prices are a joke. Yeah, the prices are nuts. Like, in the nicest way possible. I just don't see how, especially the Galaxy stuff yesterday. I know that was off the charts, but how are you supposed to yield back, like, what's on offer? $600 up front. I know this is the first game week and it's a bit different with the division battle, but, man, it's nuts. It's nuts. 1,000 for rare. I don't know. I don't know if the yield's as prevalent as you'd want it to be. Not one team yet in the MLS one. In the Super Rare. What does my Super Rare look like? Like, how many will be playing this? I'll actually have a decent team. It would be, well, yeah, Acosta won't be at Cincinnati, of course, but I've got a couple of cards to choose from. Do something like that. I mean, it's a decent team. It's not like Messi levels, but if Santi sticks around, then Santi probably goes in there. Payne Sill, your Mane could be actually a decent shout at home to San Diego. Like, I have a decent classic team, but man, like, the prizes are just tough to get behind. Aren't they? Tough to get behind. I wonder how many teams we see in that. It's got to be hundreds, hasn't it? It has to be. What's the rare looking at? It's already 460 in the rare. That's mad. I do like the Essence thing, though. I do like what they're doing there. Sorry, just catching up on the chat. Do we know how much game week for MLS this season will Cups count? Cups won't count. Like Leagues Cup and that, I don't think that will count necessarily. Have I got this wrong? Do you need an average player score of 76 to hit the 380 streak? Let's have a look. So 380 divided with what? 5? Yeah, but that's not taking into account like collection bonus and XP on a card. Like, let's say your cards have 10% XP, you can take 7.6 away from that. So you would need minus 7.6. You need a 68.4 average for each card before collection is added. That's if every card's at 10%. Some might be more, some might be less, but yeah, as an average, I think I've done that right. Yeah, I don't know. So I do have quite a lot of like elite MLS classic cards, which maybe the players to use them in season for a bit and just in classic and just try and see if I can yield a couple of half decent or bits of essence and whatever to craft some MLS lads. What are the super rares looking like? Some of the super rare prices have been just ridiculous, haven't they? Zach Steffen, 630 quid. Ooh, Gator was in on it. Gator has a fetish for Colorado. Don't know why. He definitely has a fetish for him. Espinoza, Rango, Siwa. Yeah, they're all around the similar price, aren't they? Big Brad Look at that. Brad Guzan. I paid 70 quid for the super for the classic. I know it's classic, but it was before the announcement, in fairness, but of course prank season on it. Takioka. It's just nuts. Some of these prices, man, are just crazy. Like, how much did the Alba went for something nuts, didn't it? Like 2,000. What did the Jordi Alba super rare went for? Something mental. Look at that. Nearly over $2,000, right? So I'm just going to do a bit of calculator in. Let's just call it $2,000, right? Plus, how much did Messi go for? Like, I'm just kind of pricing up what like a really good super rare MLS team costs right now for in season. Okay, that went for £3,000. So let's just call it $3,400. I don't think we have a goalkeeper yet, do we? Like a super rare keeper that have gone. Or maybe we have. Well, let's just call it Guzan. Let's just call Guzan a grand. Well, 1.2 because it's dollars. Got a defender. Thought we need a midfielder now. I think Hani Mukhtar went for like 1,300, and then we need an extra player. Let's just go Almiron. I think that went for like 800, didn't it? I think PSG won that. So you're looking at $8,700, yeah, for that 5. Obviously, you can't use the 5 every time because someone might get injured or whatever. And the most you can win on a weekend is $1,500. Obviously, there is that jackpot element as well, so you've got to kind of take that into consideration if you were to play 5 in season. No, but Daniel, like that's the price of the super rares. Like I can't not use the price he's gone from. Maybe for limited, yeah, different, but yeah, no worries at all, Tom. No worries at all, mate. Going to be comical when Guzan gets injured first game and everyone firmly believe in him. Yeah, I know that might actually be funny. Chicago romping San Diego, San Jose 4-0. Are they really? Holy moly! Who's got in on the action there? Like scoring wise, is it on SofaScore? Chicago. Like, is it one of those where I can see? Yeah, it is. Wow, look at that. I can't see the scorers, though. Yeah, where's Alex Hammond versus Pranks? I'm staying way clear. Well clear, sorry. Yeah, Dan, I don't blame you at all. I don't blame you at all, mate. Wow, yeah, Chicago are back, baby. Chicago are back. Chicago are back. Let's have a look what I could build for the classic MLS rare lineups for that game week. Classic MLS. What we got going on here then? So my starting keepers are Brad Guzan, Fry, Coronel, Brady, Sean Johnson. Those are the ones I can choose from. Well, it's probably going to be Fry at home, isn't it? Probably pairing with Big Yaimar. We go Rusnak, Miranchuk, Lucho, Forsberg, Luna. A couple of decent options there. Let's just go Miranchuk. And then we either go Oriano. Well, we could go Oriano, Buanga. We could go not full Seattle, but semi-full Seattle. We've got a Navarro. Denki would be an in-season, wouldn't he, really? Could go Ferreira. Ferreira could work. We've got Kevin Kelsey. Don't have a ton of forwards, but, I mean, that's a good team. I don't know how many of them I can really make, though. Like, how good does the second team look? Let's go Brad. Let's go... let's go Reagan. Sorry, I couldn't find him then. Acosta. Jesus. Rusnak. Third team's fine. Like, it's not... The quality hasn't dropped too much, I wouldn't say. And then for the third lineup, you're looking at... Let's just go Coronel. I know they're away to Cincinnati. Not an easy game, but... Let's just go Coronel. Noah Eli. Rusnak again, maybe. J-Mo. Navarro. There's a few options. I'm not necessarily bare bone there, am I really? I'm trying to not use the super rares, as you can maybe work out. And I do have Forsberg still, don't I? Yeah. Oh, there's three decent teams there. Like, I don't think the quality goes down tremendously. Like, there's obviously no Messi there. There's a couple of big guns not there. But for the most part, you know, all at home bar the New York Red Bull boys, who I'm sure will do half decent away anyway, because they normally do. It's okay. Like, it's fine. Gutierrez brace, Bamba brace. No way, Padders. Really? Chicago lost to Nashville 3-0. Fair enough. Bambo's on pens, was he? Wow. Was Zink on the field? £60 for a Bamba. Somebody bought the instant buy. Wow. I mean, at that price, you'd almost probably want to just get the Chicago version, wouldn't you? I think. I don't know. It's tough to say, but yeah, the classic looks pretty tasty. Maybe £14. Seems fun. Gutierrez is a player, by the way. Jack says, MLS got me coming back to Sorare after quitting about a year ago, thinking of building Orlando and LA Galaxy stack. I love that you're back, Jack. I think the Galaxy stack might be a bit 2024, though, for me. But you do you. Like, it's your gallery. I'm not... Yeah, I wouldn't tell you what to do necessarily, but I don't mind the Orlando situation. Zing scored as well, fair enough. Yeah, I think Chicago are going to be good, you know. I think Chicago are going to be half decent. Are they even playing first game? I didn't even see my Brady come up in... Maybe I was just being blind, but I do have... Oh, there's Brady. Yeah, wait. Not an easy game to kick things off. Away to the Columbus Crew. Just checking on the scores. The lineups for tonight. Coleman's on the bench. Interesting. Ooh, yeah, maybe... Can I do a bit of... I was going to do a bit of changing around on my team. So I won a Santiago Jimenez yesterday. That team's dead. That doesn't really matter. But yeah, I'm quite tempted to move Coleman out of this if I can. And maybe play Santiago. Can I do that? Oh, it'd be 2 over 60, wouldn't it? That won't work. I'm sure it won't, will it? Oh, maybe. No, it won't. Yeah. That's a bit of a killer. Just because Coleman's not starting. Goretzka's starting though, but that doesn't really change much for me. I guess I'll have to just stick with... I'll just stick with Coleman there. Yeah, there's not much else I can do, is there? My under 23 side is in play. Captain Rodrigo though, and it's gonna kill me. Vinny scored really well, as did Nuno Mendes, but got my captaincy wrong, unfortunately. But we'll see what Sob and Trubin can do there. Yeah, that's enough about that. But yeah, I don't know. Do I want to sink at 1,100 into 3 in-season teams? Like technically one win from one of those 3 teams across the whole of the season pays everything off, doesn't it? Roughly. Top prize in D1, that's assuming I'm in D1, is $1,000 in rare. I win that once, and it basically pays off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, it'd be 2, 4, 6, 7. It'd be 8 cards. Like 8 cards there basically costing £1,100. 3 goalies: Forsberg, Ojeda, Amador, Almiron. I don't know. Let me know what you think. That Milan team looks very good. Milan team does look pretty good. If I buy a wrapped Brugge Zing card, will it turn into a Chicago when I unwrap it? I think it will, Pickleball. I think. As long as there's a picture and stuff for him, I'm pretty sure that would be the case. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that would be the case, mate. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a bit torn. Ideally, I want to see these... I want to see these goalie prices come down a little bit, I think. I just don't think we're going to see that. I don't think we're going to see that as quickly as I'd want them to go down, maybe. Krapau. Buanga. What did the one-off go for Buanga? Wow, look at that. The one-off went for 260 quid, and this one's already at 310. This is what I'm saying. Like, it's mad, isn't it? Sometimes, like it ain't gonna slow down, lads. I just can't see it slowing down anytime soon. As far as like how like where the prices are going and where they're at. Messi on a grand. Alex Hamid involved again. No, it won't. The brew cards are 20. Ah, good point, Ian. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, then that won't work, will it? Yeah, great point, mate. Really good point. There's just not much on the auctions that are intriguing me at all. I'm definitely gonna wait a few days. Like, I don't think I'm gonna go into anything immediately. What did Angulo go for yesterday? 44 quid. Yeah, he's a decent player. I mean, there's probably cheaper ways to do what I've done here as well. Is there, though, really? Like, there's not really. Like, you can't get away from the fact that the keepers are so expensive. That's the big... Like, we're back to 2022 Sorare, or 2021 Sorare, where keepers were just astronomical, you know? That's where it feels like we're at right now. Which I get. Like, you know, I do get it because it... You know, with the whole beat the game thing, like, there is that... You know, that element. So there's the streaks. Score 420 in the MLS, get $10. And then obviously that goes up and up and up, doesn't it? I don't know. Like, is it worth playing for this? Like, it is worth it. I just don't know how many teams worth is it worth doing. If you know what I'm saying. Do you think Patrick Adjuman could be a decent under the radar? I don't want to say he's not under the radar on Palumpa, but I also don't want to say he's mainstream. Like, he's kind of just, like, obviously he's just played for the US and stuff in this break, and like, not like well, he did play for the real US team, but you know, they didn't call up everyone. It was like an MLS US team. He's on the radar of European clubs at this point, so like, don't be surprised if he does have a good start of the season. You know, summer comes, he could be off. Not to say that shouldn't be a reason not to buy him, because that means he's done well for you for 6 months maybe. But yeah, to maybe answer the question more directly, I'd say yeah, I think he's an interesting option. Will auctions slow down the amount they list now? I don't think Bono's going to start, by the way. It should be that Ilinich guy or whatever his name is. I don't think Bono starts. Yeah, he's not priced to start. I'd be shocked if he does. Yeah, Bono. I doubt Bono's starting. Does Vargas still play for Charlotte? I think he does, Mortadace, yeah. Will auctions slow the amount they list now? I don't really understand the question too much, but I'm going to assume you mean like the amount of cards they're bringing out. I think it'll just continue to do what they're doing. Like, each day they'll just bring out a new rare. I don't know what it is for limited. It might be like 4 a day, but for for rare, it's like 1 mint every day, it seems like, right now. Yeah. What's happening with any news on Mario Rui? What does this say? Boavista in the crosshairs of Mario Rui. Surely they're not getting him. They just got Kurzawa, didn't they? That was just going to say the same thing, isn't it? Boavista unleashed Sorry. After the conclusion of the winter market, the Portuguese club has launched into the free sector by putting under the French contract Kurzawa, fresh from the farewell of Paris Saint-Germain, the former Milan Van Ginkel and Moussa Kone, freed in the summer from that. However, the great goal remains memory. Okay, so they're saying they still want him, even though they've got Kurzawa. Yeah, I don't know. Still hoping he goes to Dallas. Bovis has signed 8 players today. The announcement pick is amazing. It's a proper football manager free transfer live. Kurzawa, Van Ginkel. Yeah, I did actually see somewhere else where it said where they've signed 8 players, which is mental. Mohamed said he went with Antonio Silva in the end. I need the high XP on him. I don't know. I just have a feeling Benfica will keep the cleanie. I hope they do, for my Trubin's sake. I'm not too confident. Arian said I would recommend people to buy the kid from Amiens. He said to start for SV Dallas. Yeah, I'm sure he will start. Dallas defensively, though, I don't know. I don't know how well that's going to look. No, we haven't made any buys out, to be honest. There's probably not enough on auction that really tempts me right now. Okay, so Krapau just went for 180 quid, so it's under 200 for the... Okay, that's good, I guess. Canadian international as well. I've not made any purchases right now. But I'm warming to the fact that I will definitely get involved in the next few days. It's just trying to time things right, which is very hard to do. The Messi 2-ofs going very, very soon, 10 minutes. Martin Pice, what did the first Pice go for? 174. Okay. Javane Brown, I didn't realise he'd moved to RSL. Used to play for Vancouver, I think, or Montreal. Santi, what's the deal with Santi Rod? Is Santi Rod actually leaving? Like, are we done with Santi Rod? My information on Santi Rod is similar to my friend, but agreed, but has not reached a consensus with Santi. Yeah, I hope he doesn't go, but it does seem like he probably will, won't he? Okay. Deke said it's hit a bit of a block. Yeah, he did say that, but then on his thing today, like on his like this thing, another twist in the Santi Rodriguez saga, have now reportedly matched Santi's demands and are in advanced negotiations. So, yeah, I don't know if he said what you're saying after that or not. I don't know, but yeah. Yeah. Okay, lads, I think we're going to call it there. It's just over an hour. I got a few bits to crack on with. That was fun. I enjoyed doing that. Probably do this in the next couple of days as well to see where I'm at. Hopefully, I've already at that point would have bought the cards and we can kind of lay out, what the outlay is on paper more concretely. And yeah, we'll see where we're at before the game week 56, which is not not long away at all. So I really do appreciate you watching, lads. And good luck in the MLS auctions and instant buys if you're in there in the pits. And appreciate you. What day is it today? Wednesday. Lineup building tomorrow. I don't think I'll be doing it live necessarily. Maybe I will. We'll see. But yeah, Road to Glory will be out tomorrow. And then be live with Quinny on Friday. But yeah, there should be a few more bits of content out as well over the next few days. So exciting times. I appreciate you all. And yeah, hope you have a nice evening. And I shall see you guys very, very soon.